There are very a big amount of people holding AMC stock. The AMC apes, the AMC, holders. It doesn't matter how many shares you have, but do you know that there are pretty much more than, almost 99% of you guys, just to say pretty much almost everyone here, holding AMC stock that will make a lot more money than they can even think of, only if they were doing this thing week after week, day after day, month after month. All right? And let me explain to you exactly what I'm talking about here. Well, first off, we all know that AMC is a ticking time bomb. All right? And because of that, we just never know when the stock will just bust out, when the stock will rip off and start running like a cheetah. Nobody knows that. If we knew, we wouldn't be sitting here making videos, right? We would be just chilling. Now, the thing is, because of that, we know that you should not sell, or thou should not sell AMC stock. I'm saying that because it's kind of a religion here in the whole movement. But we also seen in the past months that AMC goes up and down like any other stock. But the only difference here with AMC is that anytime it goes significantly down, there is a major swing. Just think about these last 2 weeks. It went from 34 to 17. That's $17 a share. But when it started running, it also run like really big. So the swings are very wide, and that's why it's such a volatile stock, and that's why you should never. It makes sense not to sell. It makes sense to hold. But the thing is, if you only have a certain amount of shares, all right, and you only have this income that you make every other week or every 2 weeks or every month, if you were only buying from your income, from your savings, those increasing your position in AMC stock, well, it's a way of doing that to make sure to increase your position, to increase your lot, because at a certain amount of price, when the squeeze happens, it's not the same thing holding 100 shares than holding 500 and then holding 750 or holding 1500. It's not the same thing. But the thing is, just because you don't know that, you are kind of missing something else, because the market is giving us opportunities to have like a weekly salary. Like every week, if you pay close attention, just by watching some of my videos, but by watching other people on YouTube or learning how to dissect, how to pay attention, how to observe, learn how to identify those opportunities in the market that will give you the ability to every single day go in the market, identify maybe one or two stocks that will give you the ability to have maybe, I don't know, even if it's just $100 a day. Even if it's just $100 a day, that is $500 a week. That is $2,000 a month. And that $2,000 that you're making every month, or that $500 you're making every week, you can now put it back in the market, increasing your AMC shares without having to touch your savings account or touching, bleeding to your checking account or having to eat noodles day in and day out. All right? Now, that being said, I understand that everybody is not the same, doesn't have the same experience, doesn't have the same patience, doesn't have the same ability to take risk on the market, all right? But there are ways that you can minimize the risk significantly in order to increase significantly the amount of money you can make in the market. Just look at the earnings season that started. You have stocks running crazy. You have stocks gapping up just pre-market, all right? But it crazes me a little bit. It hurts me a little bit to have people that are only focusing on one single stock. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't. No, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying you should sell your AMC stock. No, I'm saying continue to hold, because the time is coming where it will pay off for you to hold. But in the meantime, well, it's not like we've been going from 5 to 100. No, we've been to 72 and now we're sitting at 18. So your position size, your position value is decreasing with the ups and the downs. But if you actually if you just be open-minded a little bit, and use this strategy. If you don't know, learn. That's why this channel is here for, because I'm not talking only about AMC stock. And the people that are way more advanced, people that are way more smarter, people that are way more experienced than me in this whole thing. But the bottom line is, if you were just open-minded, to learn, or if you already learn how to take risk, how to get in and get out, well, trust me, bro. Trust me. You'll be able to have a lot more money to play with on AMC stock if ultimately that is your only position. Because if you want to concentrate on that because you have high conviction to the stock, then yeah, and that's precisely my point. Because you have high conviction in AMC stock, well, it does make sense to go on other stocks, make a couple of bucks in order to increase your position, especially now that the share price of AMC is at a discount. But if you want to take the money and do other things to invest in your future so that your future self will thank you for that, be my guest.